Are you looking for a fifth wheel that's under 30 feet long but perfect for families? Well, stick around, folks. We found some amazing floor plans. You're going to want to check these out. Hey guys, Mike from RVBlogger here in front of the camera, and Susan's behind the camera. And if you've seen us before on YouTube, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time seeing us, welcome aboard. Susan and I make tons of videos all about RVing, and we invite you to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell when you do, so you'll be notified each week when we put out a brand new video. But this week we're going to be covering small fifth wheels under 30 feet long that are perfect for families. And you're going to want to stick around and check these out, because some of these floor plans have bunk beds, some of them have pull-out sofas, all kinds of neat ways to make families fit in these smaller fifth wheel trailers. So without any further ado, let's get started on our review of awesome fifth wheels under 30 feet long for families. This fifth wheel is the Keystone Cougar, model number 2100 RK. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 6,815 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,685 pounds, for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 8,500 pounds. The hitch weight is 1,120 pounds. It measures in at just 26 feet 3 inches, and it can sleep up to 6 people. When you walk into this fifth wheel, on the left-hand side is the rear kitchen, and then we wrap on around into the living and dinette area. Now, just up the steps behind me on my right is where the bathroom is located, and in the very front of this fifth wheel is where the master bedroom is. Now, our first impression upon walking in this fifth wheel is that it feels like a nice roomy area in here. Now, of course, it's under 30 feet, so everything is going to be very compact, and you're going to find multiple uses in the same place. For example, here in the main living area, this is your kitchen and your living room all at the same time. But they did a great job with the design, and we'll show you some of those features as we make our way through this walkthrough. Now, immediately on the left-hand side here, you'll notice all this beautiful cabinetry up top. It looks really great with the stainless steel hardware. I just like these white doors. It just gives you a really nice kind of country feel in here, a very residential feel. And then you have tons of storage room behind all these cabinets. And you'll also notice that the backsplash extends up from the countertop and covers the whole entire back wall. And the reason that it is that way is because what they did is they made a wallpaper back wall. This isn't real tile, it's just peel and stick wallpaper. And you can do the same thing in your own fifth wheel if you want to. In fact, we wrote an article about this, best peel and stick backsplashes, on our website called traveltrailerpro.com. Just go there, type tile in the search bar, and you'll find the article, and you can do the same exact thing in your camper too. Now, as we make our way along here, on the right hand side we have a microwave oven. Then down below that we have a nice 3-burner range. And the great thing with this is it also comes with a real oven down below, so you can pop a pizza in there and cook away. Down below that, of course, instead of a drawer, they have this door, and it's a big open storage area for all of your large pots and pans that you might want to store under there. Now, as we make our way across the countertop, I love this countertop color, by the way. It's a nice gray color. It really blends in well with everything. Then we have this large single bowl sink with a big old gooseneck faucet and a sprayer as well. And then plenty of countertop space over here. Now, I also want to point out that there are receptacles and USB ports on both sides of the sink under the cabinets. So if you have a coffee maker, toaster, I don't know, air fryer, whatever, you can plug it in a few different places because you have so much countertop space in here. Now, down below the counter, there are 3 nice sized drawers over here for all of your kitchen utensils. There's also additional storage under the sink and also between the sink and the range. Now, as we wrap on around through the kitchen, this area is actually a slide out, so that's what helps it feel so nice and roomy in here when you walk in, because everything slides right on out. The refrigerator here is a very good size 12-volt fridge with a separate freezer. Lots and lots of space in there for all your cold storage. And then right next to that, we have this nice comfy couch. Now, the comfy couch is in a great position because directly across from here is where the TV is located, and that's also right above the dinette. But it's a great spot to be able to hang out here and see the TV very, very easily. And this couch is also multifunctional as well, and it actually converts out into a sofa bed, and I'll show you how that works. First thing you do is just remove the cushions, and then this just pulls up and out, and there's a couple little brackets on the bottom, and you put these out, and then this piece swings on down, and you have a nice size sofa bed here. So while we have the bed open, let's see what size this is, by the way. So this measures in at about 70 inches by 54 inches. So it would be like a short, full-size bed. Now, Susan brought up a great point. She was like, man, I don't know, this looks pretty uncomfortable to lay on. And I have a great solution for that. We do this in our own RV when we have the grandkids with us. We have a couple air mattresses. We inflate them. We can throw one on the floor, but you could also put an air mattress on here, and then you wouldn't feel all these different bumps from the 3 different cushions that you have, and this would be a much more comfortable sleeping situation with an air mattress. Now, before we talk about the dinette, I do want to just mention one nice feature here. It's kind of built in under the dinette, and that is they have a little shoe kick area here, so you can kick your shoes off and store them right underneath of this dinette bench. Now, the dinette itself, you know, it's a good sized dinette. You could easily seat 2 people, and you could squish 4 people in here if you wanted to, but it's a little bit tight for 4. Now, the table itself will drop down, and this will also create another bed, and if you did that, this bed would be about 67 inches by 40 inches. So a smaller adult, or certainly a child, would be able to sleep here very, very easily. There's also storage underneath of this dinette booth. The other dinette booth is where your shoe storage is. We also look for an outlet near a dinette because Susan and I know when we're in our RV, the dinette is kind of our workstation. So we like to have some kind of receptacle so we can plug in if we need to. And so, of course, there is a receptacle down on the bottom of this dinette booth that you can plug into right there. They don't like to put outlets in exterior walls very often, so that's why it's sort of in the dinette booth and not like up here on the wall. It would be more convenient, but that's the way it goes. Now, this has a nice big window over top of the dinette, which is a very nice feature. Also has a light above so you can light things up. And on top of that, there are, whoops, over here, it's a receptacle and USB ports underneath of the entertainment center there, so you can plug in that location as well. You'll also notice above me that's where the TV location is, and then of course there's tons of great storage on either side of the TV. Now, one other really nice feature to point out in here is this huge pantry cabinet. It's gigantic. You could store a ton of stuff in there. Could be pantry items, could be linen items, I don't know, but I mean, that's a huge storage cabinet. And then there's a couple of hooks on the wall here. It's kind of like a coat rack, and you can hang your coats right here on the wall. So let's head on upstairs to the front of this trailer and take a look at the bedroom and the bathroom. So here we are all the way at the front of this 5th wheel in the owner's bedroom. And you know, headroom's a little bit tight up here. It's not that unusual when the bedroom's in the very front for the headroom to be kind of tight, but there's also a little step up back here where you actually have to step up from the rest of the floor onto this platform where the bed is located. I have a feeling that's just to make sure everything fits because, again, we're at the front of this 5th wheel. Now, let's see what size the bed is in here. This mattress is 74 by 60, so it's definitely would be considered an RV short queen size bed. But one cool feature about this queen bed is that it does raise up, and there is some storage underneath that you can take advantage of down there. Now, on each side of the bed, you'll notice that there's a little closet on each side. There's also some storage up and above. Now, these doors, they don't have the hardware on them that holds them open when you open them, but you can buy that hardware very inexpensively and install it yourself so that you can use 2 hands if you need to get inside of these cabinets. Just a nice little convenience to have. Now, on each side of the bed, there's a really good sized nightstand, and the nightstands have open storage underneath of them, and then there's a receptacle and USB ports on both sides, so you can plug in any electronics before you go to bed, or if you have a CPAP machine, there's certainly plenty of room for that as well. Now, at the foot of the bed, there is a nice wardrobe closet here. The top closet Has a hanging bar up top so you can hang all your garments in here, and there's still room to store things underneath of whatever you hang up. And then there are 3 large drawers down below for additional storage. And finally, the TV location is right here. It's in a perfect spot. You've got your receptacle, cable outlet. You can mount your TV right here and lay in bed, watch TV, and drift off to sleep at night. So here I am in the bathroom, and I'm standing in the shower like I usually do. Now, you guys all know, if you've seen our videos, I am 5'11", and when I'm standing in the shower, let's see how much ceiling height we have up into the skylight, which gives you, gosh, 80 inches or 6 feet 8 inches of space. The rest of the ceiling out here is about 6 feet 5 inches, so you actually have more headroom in the shower than the rest of this upper level anyway, which, you know, that's kind of cool, kind of unusual. But it's a great size shower. It's a little wider than most showers that we see, so it feels very roomy and comfortable in here. You have your nice removable shower wand, and on my left here, there's a little, a little spot for your soap and shampoo. And then this actually has a retractable shower door, which is way better than a shower curtain. I love these because, they stay right on the track. You open and close them. They're easy to use, and they're out of the way when you're not using it, and you don't have a shower curtain blowing in on you while you're taking a shower. Now, in the rest of the bathroom, here's your vanity location. You have a nice big mirrored medicine cabinet up top, and there's a shelf in there for plenty of storage. Down below that, we have a really great, nice size sink for the vanity sink. Really great looking faucet. A little bit of countertop space up here, which is always handy. And there's a receptacle just above the sink. So if you need to plug in a curling iron, blow dryer, shaver, what have you, you have everything you need right here. And then, of course, down below the sink, there's additional storage, and you even have 3 drawers to put more things away. So here I am sitting on the commode, and you'll notice there's a towel bar up above me here, so you can hang your towels after your shower. But honestly, I feel like the commode is a little too close to the door because my shoulder's actually touching the door. Now, when the door is in the shut location, it does give me a little bit more room because, the door moves, so I'm saving about 2 inches. This one's off the track, so I'll have to put it back on. But anyway, as far as the elbow test goes, not going to pass it there, but I will pass it on the other side. So in the front of this fifth wheel, you have this gigantic pass-through storage area. There's even an outlet and cable pre-wires out here. So if you want to hook up a TV, you certainly can do that. Hey guys, we hope you're enjoying the video so far. And if you are, we also invite you to subscribe to our weekly newsletters that we send out. We send out weekly newsletters about RVing that are just full of information like how to maintain your rig, where to go RVing, and even more detailed RV reviews than what we do in our videos. And when you subscribe, you'll also get a free subscription to RV Today e-magazine, so you will be the most well-informed RVer out there. There's 2 really easy ways to subscribe. So if you're watching us on TV or on your computer right now, you can simply pull out your phone, put it in camera mode, aim it at the QR code on your screen, and it'll take you to our website where you can go ahead and subscribe, or you can just head straight on over to RVblogger.com, scroll about halfway down the home page, and you'll see right there where you can subscribe. So why not join the over 150,000 people that have already subscribed to our weekly newsletters and become the most well-educated RVer out there. This fifth wheel is the Highland Ridge Open Range Roamer Light Duty model number 244 RLS. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 7,680 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,820 pounds for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 9,500 pounds. The hitch weight is 1,330 pounds. It measures in at 28 feet, 4 inches long, and it sleeps up to 4 people. When you first walk into this fifth wheel, on the right-hand side up the steps is where the bathroom and the owner's bedroom are located. As we wrap on around, we're in the kitchen area, and in the very back of this camper is where the living room is. Now, our first impression when we walked into this camper, and I'm going to quote Susan, who said, if we had a fifth wheel, I think we could live in this. And it feels really, really great. We love the fact that it's got opposing slides here in the main living area, so it gives a lot of width in here. And we also really like the kitchen island setup. So this just feels like a really great fifth wheel, under 30 feet long, that you could definitely live in here if you wanted to. Now, the kitchen in here is just really, really great. I love the cabinetry in here. It's got that, that glazed finish with the dark lines along the insets and the cabinets. It gives you a very nice upscale residential feel in here for sure. Now, starting up top here, we've got tons and tons of cabinet space, and it's all open behind here, behind all these cabinet doors, so you can access everything very, very easily. Then we've got a microwave up top here, and then down below that, you've got your range hood, and then you have a nice 3-burner stove, lots of countertop space on either side, and I really like this backsplash. It just looks, you know, really, really nice in here. And then, of course, below your cooktop, you've got a separate oven, so you can throw a pizza in there or bake up cookies or whatever you'd like to do. And then on this side, there's a bank of drawers for your kitchen utensils. Under the oven, there's a really nice, deep, big drawer for all your pots and pans. And then a couple more drawers on this side as well. I'd also like to point out that underneath the cabinets on each side, there is a receptacle underneath. There's also a light underneath. Right now, we're at the Hershey show. We're a little early and the lights and power's not on yet, so we can't turn on everything for you. But trust me, they're there. But anyway, if you had a coffee pot and a toaster, you'd be able to plug them in up here. If you had a crock pot or an air fryer, you can plug it in up here. So plenty of outlets to be able to run all your cooking appliances. So as we wrap on around through the kitchen, we come to the refrigerator here. This is a good size fridge for this size unit. I mean, it has a nice big separate freezer and refrigerator, so plenty of room for in here for all your cold storage. The pantry in here is outstanding. I mean, it's behind this door, which again has a glass inset in it, and it just looks really, really nice. There's a few shelves in here, so there's tons and tons of storage for all your dry storage needs. Now, the island itself is a really great setup. It has a big gooseneck faucet over top with a separate sprayer, and then it has this gigantic single bowl sink right here in the middle, so you can wash all your pots and pans. On this side, there are a couple of cabinet doors and drawers that you can use for all kinds of storage. It even has a trash can drawer. It's even got a dish drain thing that can go on your dish drain, and you can keep your cutting board in here. So just very nicely organized and put together. There's also a little drawer that just flips out. You can keep like a sponge in here, things like that for cleaning up in the kitchen. And then you've got even more drawers down below that. So another really nice feature about the island is it is sort of your dinette in here. There's no dinette table in here, so you can just sit here on these chairs and have a meal right on your island. The TV's in a perfect spot to be able to sit here and watch TV. And there's also a receptacle on each side of the island. And so, you know, if you set up your blender here and you're making margaritas, you can just plug it right into the side of the island and you are all set and ready to go. So here's where the TV is located. It's in a great spot for watching TV from either the kitchen island or the couch or this couch, so perfectly placed. Now this TV does come out and it will swing around a little bit, and also I'll try to move it as best I can, but there is a lot of additional storage behind the TV here, so you can take advantage of that. Maybe throw, you know, pillows or blankets or things like that back there. Now down below, look at the size of this storage cabinet. I mean, there's a ton of space down there. Now, personally, I kind of wish maybe they included a fireplace in here, because there's already so much storage. I think we can do without this cabinet and have a nice fireplace there that you can enjoy from your couch, but it is what it is. In the back of this room, you have a really nice comfy couch here, and you can relax, you can lay on here and watch TV, take it easy, but this also converts into another bed. So let me show you how that works. First thing we got to do is get rid of all the pillows. Watch out, honey. Coming through. Oh, I hit you. And so the way this works is you grab this strap down here and just try to pull it up and out. But since it's in the middle, it's kind of hard because it kind of pulls, you know, it leaves one end or the other end behind. But then you grab the back of the sofa, pull it down, and there you go. You have a nice bed out here. Now let's get a measurement on this and see how much we're working with. It looks pretty big, actually. So that's about 74 inches by 48 inches. So, you know, an adult could sleep on here. Certainly 2 kids would be able to sleep on here. and you'd be nice and comfortable. Now, another really nice thing about this area is the big giant window in the back. You can open that up and get plenty of breeze through here. There's also a window on each side, and then you have this big, gigantic storage area up top. It's one big area with 4 cabinet doors that you can access. One more nice thing to point out about this couch is that on each side there is a little end table, and there's a receptacle and USB ports, so you can plug in and charge up your computer, iPhone, tablet, whatever you happen to have. Now here I am sitting on the other couch that's in the family room, and this couch can be used 2 different ways as well, which is great. I love things that are multifunctional because you just get so much more use out of the space. Now this is a recliner, and it also serves sort of as a dinette if you don't want to eat at the kitchen island. So it's got these little end tables that swing around, and these are really simple. All they are is this little plastic piece that fits into your cup holder, and they're really steady and nice. I mean, we've seen other types of end tables in the RV shows in the past, and I could tell they were trying to figure out how to make this work, but this setup is by far the best. It's the stablest setup that we've seen so far, and it's very simple. Now, you can leave these in place, or you can remove them and store them away in a closet somewhere. You know, this is a perfect spot to be able to eat dinner, have a snack, watch TV. You know, you could even sit here and work on your computer if you were working and be nice and comfy. But the real use for this is that these are recliners. Now, they're electric recliners, so I can't put them out because there's no power in the camper right now. We're here early and they're not quite all set up yet. But they do recline back and you can relax here. And then the middle piece folds out. You've got a couple of cup holders here, and then you have a receptacle and some USB ports in the middle. And then on each side of this, and I'll show it over here, maybe Susan can see it better, but that's where your controls are to make your recliner go up and down. And there's another USB right in there as well. So, man, I don't know if you need 1, 2, 3, 4 of them here, but if you do, you got them. Another great thing about this slide out is it's got a really nice big window behind us here, plus a window on each side. We've got most of the windows open in here right now because it's nice and hot, but we're getting a good breeze through here and it feels really nice. Now, originally when I saw this little strap here, I thought, wow, this must pop out into a bed, but no, it's just a drawer. It really fooled me. I've never seen one like this, but this drawer pulls on out and you have some extra storage down there too. All right, so here we are in the very front of this fifth wheel, and this is where the owner's bedroom is located. Now, it's a nice big feeling in here, and it's nice and bright in here too, so it feels really good. And I have to say, these are the biggest end tables I've ever seen in any RV, much, you know, that we've ever walked through. They're huge. It's kind of cool, just like being at home. So let's check and see what size bed we have in here. This is just about 80 inches, and I think it's 60 inches wide. Nope. Yep, 60 inches wide. So this would be considered a residential queen size bed in here. Like I mentioned, on each side there is an end table. As you can see, there's a receptacle and little USB port on each side, and then under the end table there are a couple of drawers that pull out as well, so you can store things there. Up top here, as you can see, it's one big open storage area that you can access from all 3 of these doors. Hello, no monsters under the bed here, but tons and tons of storage space. Now, at the end of this bed, here is where your wardrobe closet is located. It has nice mirror doors on here, and then up top there's a bar where you can hang all of your garments. Down below that, there's a couple of really nice oversized drawers, really nice and deep, so you can store away all of your clothes. And then finally, this is where your TV would mount on the wall. It's perfect position to watch TV in bed and drift off to sleep at night. Just above, you've got your cable, antenna, and electrical rough-ins. So here we are in the bathroom, which is just at the top of the steps and before you go into the owner's bedroom. And this is a great size bathroom. It feels really nice and roomy in here. Now, as you guys know, I'm 5'11", and I'm here standing in the shower. And this particular shower is really set right on the floor. It's very unusual to see this. Many times the showers are popped up off the floor to allow for the drain to work below. But in this shower, it seems to work just sitting on the floor. Now, the ceiling height in here is 79 inches or 6 feet 7 inches, and the regular ceiling height in this part of the RV, which would include this bathroom and the bedroom, is about 6 feet 5 inches. So for you folks that are really tall, the bathroom and bedroom area are going to be a problem for you. The rest of the fifth wheel is great because the ceilings are super high out there. Now, this shower feels really nice and big to me. I feel very comfortable standing here. It doesn't have a glass shower door, but it does have this shower curtain on a track, and the track bows out into the bathroom, and so it gives you a little more room while you're in the shower. Behind me here, there are 3 shelves in the corner for your soap and shampoo. Now, just outside of the shower, there's a really, really nice vanity area here. Up top, we have a double medicine cabinet that's mirrored on both sides. Plenty of room for storage in here. Down below that, you've got this really nice wooden countertop, nice size sink, very nice faucet, extra countertop space, receptacle right above so it's easy to access. You can plug in your hair dryer, curling iron, shaver, whatever you got to get ready in the morning. You are good to go. Down below that, got a little drawer for some storage here, and then a couple of doors with extra storage below. So here I am sitting on the commode, and some of you make fun of me when I call it a commode, so I'll call it a toilet too. It's a commode slash toilet. Take your pick. Anyway, here I am sitting on it. Plenty of room in here. I don't feel claustrophobic at all, and we are going to pass the elbow test even with the door closed. So here we are at the very front of this fifth wheel outside, and there is some storage right here in the front under this door, which is really nice and accessible. As you can see, there are actually propane cylinders in here instead of one big propane tank. And so I would imagine that would make it fairly easy to replace or, get a refill, because you can buy canisters anywhere you go. Home Depot, a lot of places sell them. So it would make life a lot easier. Let us know if you prefer having propane cylinders or if you want a built-in propane tank in your RV. It's a little harder to find propane with the tank that's built in because you have to find one of those places where you can get it filled up. So let us know in the comments below what you think about that. And there's even a little bit more storage right over here, where you have a nice big pass-through storage area for all your RV gear. This fifth wheel is the Forest River Wildcat 1, model number 25BH. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 7,768 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 2,227 pounds, for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 9,995 pounds. The hitch weight is 1,385 pounds. It measures in at 30 feet even, and it can sleep up to 8 people. When you first walk into this fifth wheel, on the right-hand side is where the owner's bedroom is located. Then we swing on around through the living area into the kitchen area, and in the very back of this rig is where the bunk beds are and the bathroom. Our first impression of this fifth wheel when we walked in is, man, this is perfect for families, because you've got the bunk beds in the back, and so you can sleep a lot of people in here, and it's just a really nice, big, roomy area here with the living and kitchen area too. So great fifth wheel under 30 feet long for families for sure. Now on my right-hand side here, as soon as you walk in, you'll notice that you have all of your controls here so you can see what's going on inside your rig and make sure you're powered up properly. Starting up top, we have these nice glass doors, and the entertainment center just looks really nice. Everything's kind of built in and where it's supposed to be. There's a couple of storage cabinets up here that are pretty shallow, but you can still, maybe even add another shelf in here so you can use it to store things up top here. The TV in here is on a swing arm, so you can pull it out and swing it so you can see it better from the theater seating. And then below that, we've got some open storage above the fireplace, and then you have a nice cozy fireplace down below. Now, the seating in here, these recliners are very, very nice and comfortable. You have a cup holder on each side, and then these are manual recliners, so you just pull the little cord, this thing pops right up. You can recline back nice and far. The TV will swing out and face you here, so that's a pretty decent placement. And like I mentioned, these are really comfy recliners. Now you'll notice to my left is a nice big window. You can open and get a cross breeze in here. And you have a really nice big window right behind me, so it lets a lot of light into this camper. We're actually at the Tampa RV show while we're shooting this one. There's no electricity yet because we're here early, but you can tell with all these big windows, it's bright enough in here that we can still shoot the video. Now on my right-hand side is a receptacle so that if you need to sit here plug anything in and charge it. Maybe you're, you know, typing on your laptop or something. You could certainly do that. Now, as we continue wrapping around, they have a nice big dinette in here, and this will convert into a bed. Now, I'm not a big fan of this type of dinette for a couple of reasons. Number one, you have two table braces under here, and it makes it really difficult to kind of get your feet in and get it together here. So really, only 3 people could sit at this table unless you have another chair where someone could sit here, and then you could get 4 people at this table. Also, we've got another really nice big window over top of this dinette area, and then this will also drop down and convert into a bed. And so if you did that, you would end up with, wow, this is like 74 inches, and it's about 40, I'll call it 43 inches wide. And so I would say one average size adult could sleep here, maybe 2 kids could sleep here, and that would work out really well. Now, storage under the dinette space is great. They've got these little baskets here that you can use, but really it's open all the way under all the benches, so you've got plenty of storage space underneath of there as well. Now, as we continue to wrap around, we come into the remainder of the kitchen area. Starting at the top here, there's a huge storage cabinet over top of the refrigerator. It's just gigantic, and I really like the fact that they have the hardware here that holds it up for you, so when you open it, you don't have to use one hand to keep it open while you get whatever you need out of the cabinet. So that's a really nice feature to have. On the right hand side here, we have really large pantry cabinets with just tons and tons of space in there. And then of course you have your refrigerator, which is a 12-volt fridge. No propane needed. This thing runs off your battery. When you're plugged into shore power, that charges up the battery and keeps the fridge running too. So really good setup there. And the freezer's huge in here. I mean, that's a tremendous amount of space. Keep all your ice cubes, frozen pizzas, all that fun stuff, popsicles, whatever you have. Now down below here, there's an open spot under the fridge, and they've put this little stool in here, which I know Susan would greatly appreciate. But if you need to get up into this top cabinet, it just makes it a little easier. Same thing is true for the cabinets in the entertainment area. Just a nice little feature to have, so it makes life more convenient for you. Now, right next to the fridge is where the rest of the kitchen is located. Up top here, they have a nice little wine rack that they've built in, so that's kind of cool. And then you have a microwave oven below that. Next to that, you have lots and lots of storage space in here. Now, this shelf in here is fixed. I always prefer to see adjustable shelves in here. That way you can move them around and make it work for you. In this case, this shelf doesn't move, so you'd probably end up using totes or something like that to put all your stuff in, so it's not sliding all around while you're driving down the road, and it'll make things a little more organized for you. Now down below that, we have a 3-burner cooktop here, and these glass pieces just fold right up and out of the way. And then below that, you've got a small oven under here, and you could bake things like a batch of cookies or a pizza pretty easily in there. Down below that, this door opens, and there's a really large storage area there. So I would probably just keep a bin full of all my pots and pans, pull that out when I need it, and stow it away after I'm done. So just next to the cooktop, the rest of the countertop comes around in an L shape. Plenty of countertop space here. That's one of the advantages of an L-shaped kitchen, is that everything's in the shape of an L, and it usually gives you a little more countertop space. There's also a receptacle right up underneath this cabinet, so if you want to set up your coffee maker and toaster, you can plug everything in right there and you're good to go. Now the sink in here is a really, really nice size sink. It's one of the biggest sinks we've seen in an RV. Plenty of room there to wash all your pots and pans and dishes, and it's got a gooseneck faucet with an integral sprayer, so you're good to go there. Now down below the countertops, we have a couple of drawers here for all your kitchen utensils, and then another cabinet under the kitchen sink for even more storage, and your trash can. Now, we kind of walked past this area in our review of the kitchen and living area, but this is where the bunks are, and these are like double bunks back here. I can't remove these 2 giant boxes. They're pretty heavy, and I don't want to get into it, but we're at the RV show, and so they're storing some of their marketing materials and things up here for now. But as you can see, there is a window in the back It's also got a receptacle and a couple of USB ports, and it also has a light up here. They haven't plugged this unit in, so we don't have any power yet, but it's got all 4 of the elements that we look for when we evaluate bunk beds: window, light, receptacles, and USB ports. This has all 4 up top, so it's a great setup. Now the bunk bed up here measures in at 74 inches by 42 inches wide, and so 1 or 2 kids, if they're small, could squeeze up here very easily. Now down below is another bunk bed, same size as the one above, but this bunk folds up and out of the way, and then you have the exterior door that you can use to put things in here, and that might be like bikes or taller items that you need for some storage here. Just a terrific setup, and if you don't need it, you can still store things under the bed even while everything's in use. So terrific setup. Now this has 3 out of 4 of the elements that we look for. It's got a receptacle, USB ports, and a light. It does not have a window, but it does have the door. So I guess you got to have a little bit of a trade-off there. But either way, these bunks are a really good setup back here. Perfect for a family that's going camping in a 30-foot or smaller fifth wheel. So here we are in the owner's bedroom in the very, very front of this fifth wheel, and it's a good size room. It's not oversized. It's very comfortable in here. And the bed in here looks to be a decent size too. Let's see what we have. Yeah, it's 80 inches long. I'm sure it's 60 inches wide. And it is actually wider than 60. This is actually 66 inches wide. So it's pretty close to a king size bed. I think a residential king is 70 inches wide and 80 inches long. So this is about 6 inches less than that, but it's a good RV king. So that's a really nice feature to have as well. Now at the headboard area, you'll notice that it's got an inset area. It's also got receptacles and USB ports up there. So if you need a CPAP machine, or you just have, I don't know, phones, tablets, things you want to charge overnight, you can certainly do that. You might even put a little light up there so that when you're getting ready for bed at night, you have a little light for reading and things like that. There are also a couple of reading lights underneath of the cabinetry if you choose to use those. Over top of the bed, you have 2 really nice big storage doors up here. The storage compartment goes all the way across. There's no divider in the middle. So you have lots of room there. And then on each side of the bed, you have a wardrobe closet so you can hang your garments inside there. One other thing to note is that on each side of this bedroom, there is a window that can open up. They are both emergency exit windows, but you can use them as regular windows in your RV and open them to get some nice cross air ventilation in here as well. Another nice feature in here regarding the bed is that the bed will lift up, and then there is some storage underneath of that, so you can store whatever, extra blankets, pillows, whatever you need. Now the TV location here is in a great spot. It's right at the end of the bed. I like the way they have it all trimmed out and inset into the wall, and Susan pointed out that she thinks the reason they inset it like this is because when you're walking by the bed, you know, you don't have this TV sticking out off the wall that's going to impede your path. So this is a really nice way to take care of that little problem. You'll also notice up above here you've got your receptacles and cable outlets so you can plug in your TV and get it all ready to go. So here we are in the bathroom, which is all the way in the back of this rig, and it's right next to the bunk beds. But there's a couple of really nice features about this bathroom that we can point out. The first one's very obvious. It's got its own entry door, which for you folks that are camping with little kids, you know you don't want them running in the camper, running throughout with dirty shoes and whatnot. So they can come right in to the back of the camper, right into the bathroom, do their business, and back out they go to play without running through your whole fifth wheel. Now the shower in here is a really good size shower. It feels nice and big and comfortable in here. Headroom in here is not a problem at all. Sorry for the golf cart noise in the background. We're at the RV show and they're running all around getting set up today. But gosh, I mean, there's 6 feet 11 inches of headroom inside the shower, so no worries about that at all. It's a basic shower setup in here. It's got a shelf for your shampoo and soaps and things like that, and a basic sprayer in here. One thing they did that I really think is good is they have this retractable shower door, and so it's spring-loaded. It's super easy to use, keeps any water from leaving the shower, and it's not a shower curtain, so I give them kudos for installing the retractable shower door. Now, right across from the shower is where the vanity area is. They have a really nice big mirror here. I kind of wish they had put a medicine cabinet mounted on the wall with a door that opens so you have a place to store your personal belongings. But you could always buy one at Home Depot and install it yourself. It's a piece of cake, very easy to do, and that'll give you some extra storage space inside your bathroom. Below that, you've got a nice size vanity sink. Not much countertop space, but enough to get by. And then you have an electrical receptacle here in case you need that for a blow dryer, hair curler, all that good stuff. Then they have open storage down below that. Now, just behind where the shower is located, they have these 3 large storage compartments that are really deep too. I mean, these things are 30 inches deep. So if you needed a place for all your towels and linens and maybe extra toilet paper and stuff like that, this would be a good spot for all that stuff. Now, they have a couple of towel hooks on the wall here. I would probably remove these if it were my camper and put in a couple of towel bars and make it a little more functional. But that's super easy to do too. You can buy towel bars at Home Depot for 10 bucks and go ahead and install them yourself. It's really a piece of cake. Now, the toilet itself in here sits on an angle, so we can pass the elbow test with flying colors. You certainly want to make sure that door is closed when you're going to the bathroom though. So one last feature about the entry door that comes in from the bathroom that's really handy in this fifth wheel is when this slide out is in, and let's say you're stopping on the road because you want to have lunch, you may not be able to use the front door to get in and squeeze around to get into the kitchen, but you can use the door that comes through the bathroom. So you have full access to your bathroom and you have full access to your refrigerator and kitchen, and you can even sit at the dinette booth if you like. So for those of you that like to know how much space you have inside when everything's closed up, this fifth wheel is a winner all the way around. So here we are outside, and we were talking about the bunk beds, and the bottom one can lift up to create storage, and then here's the door that you would use to get in there. Now this bunk just simply swings right up and out of the way, and you can store bikes and stuff back here very, very easily. And now we'll take a look at the front and show you some storage up there. At the front of this fifth wheel, there's an exterior storage compartment up here. This is where the spare tire is loaded, but there's also additional room in here for more of your storage items. Hey guys, let us know which one of these fifth wheels you liked most and why in the comments down below. We would love to hear your insights and your thoughts about all these awesome fifth wheels. And if you want to see even more fifth wheels under 30 feet long, just click the box down below, and Susan and I will see you in the next video.